Good evening and namaste to all students, parents, and aspirants. I wish and hope everybody is safe and healthy. The theme for today's session is from class to cabin, from job to a career, and from choosing a course to building your future. And joining us for this expert talk are our two experts for the day, Mrs. Shruti Bijawat and Mr. Vaibhav Banga. Let me take this opportunity to introduce both of them. Shruti Bijawat is currently working as a senior data science trainer at Seek Ace Solutions Private Limited. She has 11 years of rich experience as an associate professor in computer engineering, 3 years of experience in the field of data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. She has various certifications in the field of computer vision, machine learning from renowned organizations. And along with all these, she has been training students and professionals both so that they can pursue a career in the field of artificial intelligence and data science. Mr. Vaibhav Banga is currently working with Mavenir Systems Private Limited, Gurugram, as technical architect and senior member of technical staff. He carries more than 12 years of experience in software product design and development, understanding customer requirements, and leading multiple development projects. His area of expertise includes 5G specifications, real-time operating systems, IP network protocols, and agile methodology. He has worked for Ericsson, Sigtron, and Diameter Track, on-site support for Vodafone Live Network nodes deployed by Vodafone, worked more than a year in Vodafone headquarters, Newbury, United Kingdom, for development and support. He has climbed the corporate ladder from a software engineer to a senior software engineer, technical leader, a senior technical leader, and now he is a technical architect. Mr. Banga has completed his BSc, MSc in physics, and then the MTech in VLSI design from Thapar University, Patiala. I welcome both of you, both of our experts. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll straight away begin with understanding about your journey. Mr. Vaibhav, if I would ask, how was your journey from being a student and now to a professional, and what are your learnings throughout this journey?
Yeah, so for me, actually, my journey was a bit different, right? I started my basic education like a normal science student, and then I did the graduation and post-graduation specialized in physics. And all these were the academic degrees I had earlier. So, but with these degrees, I can only move to the education or research field. But later on, I found that I should move to the professional field because that was my interest, right? And then I have cracked for NET and GATE exam and then get admission into the MTech. And finally, when I get admission in MTech, after that, my point of means that was the point where my career path changed completely. So earlier I was towards academic and then now I am towards the professional world, right? So that was the point. So again, when I did MTech and I've seen like my seniors and all are going towards the professional field, they are getting good jobs. So same I also get from there. So that was my journey, a bit different of the normal guys who are doing like 12th and then doing BTech and then moving to professional world. So the crux is like student can, any student can move anytime to the professional world, but the requirement is a professional degree. So that will be required anyways.
What I understand from your journey is students should be open to change anytime.
Yeah.
As per the requirement. Okay, and Shruti ma'am, may I know a bit about your journey as well?
I was an average student throughout. I completed my graduation from Ajmer, then I did my graduation, post-graduation, and in fact, I'm a double post-graduation. I did MC and MTech from Manistali University. And then I started my journey, my professional journey since 2009. So, and you'll be surprised that within my post graduation, I also had a break because of some personal reasons. But I always had that zeal that I have to complete my education, I have to reach somewhere. So that kept always, it always kept me moving. So one thing which I want to say to everyone is, first you need to overcome your fears. There are many things, there are many setbacks which comes in one or the other manner. Never ever stop. Okay, try to overcome your fears. And then there are no shortcuts in life. We are always there. Okay, let's grab an opportunity which is easy to have. So it is there, at least for me, there are no shortcuts in life. Keep on moving, keep on moving. Maybe the routes may be long, but ultimately you will reach on to some position where you're well deserved. So this is at least what I learned from my journey.
Great. So yeah, and I'm sure there has been hardships in all journey, and everybody has some kind of point where they think they cannot continue further, and then they go on. And finally, they reach where they are. So how did you tackle, Mr. Weber? How did you tackle hardships, or what do
Yeah,
you suggest to the students when they face hardships, be it of any kind? How should they tackle it?
yeah, very good question, Amit. So actually, hardships are there wherever you will go. Like whenever you are entering into the professional world, even if you are going to academics, also there are hardships, right? So for me, when I have entered in the professional worlds, so first of the thing, like hardship was like I moved from the electronics background to the computer background. So I've studied the electronics and I was moving to the software domain. But yes, that was my interest. Actually, I was interested in working on the software domain. So that's why I have switched my domain later on as well. So the main thing is like whatever you are doing, you should have interest in that, right? So why my interest was there in this field, because this is a very cutting edge technology. I'm working in the telecom domain, so it is a cutting edge technology. It is evolving very fast. Every day we can see there are new developments going on and lot of things to learn basically. So that was the key. I was going on and I was learning small things daily. I was learning something. So if you are doing your hard work and you are learning something daily, then you will never lose. Like on the longer level, you will always get success. Like so this was the key, like learning and learning day by day and keep going. Like we are nowadays we are working on every type of software, even hardware level, application level, every type of software, but we should not lose learning. That is the key from me.
Yeah, even at a personal level, if somebody asks me, yeah, I would say keep going. That is the best way. Yeah.
Every day you will face the challenges and you will have to overcome. So that is the key.
So keep going. That is the crux. Great. Shruti ma'am, I think that in our days, when we used to study, we did not have too much of career choices. We did not have specializations. मुझे याद है plain कहते थे doctor बन जाएंगे, engineer बन जाएंगे. That was the kind of mindset we had. But these days we have too many specialization courses. The industry is asking for it. The academics is providing it. Now, what should the student choose? As a student, I think it has become a tough choice now. And therefore, there is a lot of doubt regarding this. What should they do? What should they choose?
Correct. See,
What,
I
according to
remember,
you, the
yes.
student should do?
I'll take that question because I remember early in my days, I also opted for Science Maths 11 because my parents wanted to. This was the mindset, ki, okay, if you get good marks in 10th, then you're a brilliant student and you should go for Science Maths. Or if somebody says, ki, okay, I'm opting for an art subject, and they used to ask, okay, so is your kid not worth it? As he scored third division in the examination, or what just happened? Because there were three choices. You can go for science maths, science bio if you want to become a doctor, commerce, and the poorest of the kid, okay, who was the lamest kid, I must say, they used to go for arts. And in your relatives also, and you go and say, okay, my kid is having science maths, and they were like, okay, अरे वाह, engineer बनेगा या डॉक्टर बनेगा. और जिसने ऐसे बोल दिया कि ओके अभी तो आर्ट्स लिया है हमारे बच्चे ने, तो ऐसे माँ बाप को फील कराते थे कि वो बेचारे डूब कर ही मर जाए.
Yeah, they will look down upon. Yes.
No, seriously, this was the thing. But now times have been changed, and I would love to live in these times. Suppose if I could have gone back, and now, there are, now people are not talking about arts, they talk about humanities. It is now a dignified term. So that thing has been replaced. So arts, there are no more terms like arts, they say it humanities. And very intelligent people, they are coming into humanities. Plus there is one more thing. Okay, you opt for science, maths. uh, I have seen people, science, maths, they have opted, but in 11, they suddenly realize they cannot cope up. They have shifted it to commerce, and believe me, it's completely fine. If you would have talked about in our terms, एक बार अगर साइंस मैथ्स ले लिया and then you think कि अगर 11 में किसी बच्चे ने अपने पेरेंट्स को कह दिया कि मुझे नहीं करना है, तो वो माँ बाप उसको शायद 2 थप्पड़ लगा के और काउंसलर के पास कहते थे नहीं नहीं, यू कैन नॉट जस्ट डू दैट। एक बार ले लिया, हम लोगों को क्या कहेंगे कि अरे हमारे बच्चे ने साइंस मैथ से आर्ट्स में चेंज कर लिया। Now the mindset is being changing, parents are becoming open to this. They're understanding कि ठीक है, if the kid has opted for science maths, it's okay, नहीं चलता तो the term is it's okay. Just think, sit back, and the kids are also smart. They're not just thinking, हमें तो कुछ नहीं पता होता था। At least if I remember my times, ठीक है, उस वक्त किसी ने कह दिया कि मैथ्स करो, इंजीनियरिंग करो, अच्छे पैसे मिलेंगे, तो यू गो फॉर इंजीनियरिंग। किसी को ये था कि चलो उसको थोड़ा जानवर वानवर अच्छे लगते थे, तो बोलते थे तुम डॉक्टर बनो। एंड दिस वाज द माय, एक सीरियसली आई एम टेलिंग यू, बचपन से स्टेथोस्कोप गले में टांग के बोलते थे हमारा बच्चा तो डॉक्टर बनेगा और दादा दादी का इलाज करेगा। दिस इज अ वेरी कॉमन टर्म व्हिच वी यूज्ड टू से, एंड वो बच्चा उसी के साथ बड़ा हो रहा है कि अरे मुझे बड़े होकर डॉक्टर बनना है। क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे दादा दादी का इलाज करना है। But we are living in times where a computer engineer can become, a painter, a writer, a content writer, maybe an author or something. So now the bars have been diminished, let me tell you. And seriously, if I would have given an opportunity, I would love to live in these times. क्योंकि अभी ये नहीं कि एक इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री करके भी लोग एक्टर बन रहे हैं। So all the things have been, the walls have been barred, मगर हाँ अपना इंटरेस्ट के साथ चूज करो, okay? And it's completely fine if you have 11, 12 science maths, कोई बात नहीं, ग्रेजुएशन आप सिंपल इकोनॉमिक्स से भी कर सकते हो। Fine. So now you just have to see that where your interest lies. Maybe 11, 12 में science maths ले लिया because of parents, but now you think okay, I am an artistic person. You go for painting option. Nobody is saying, nobody cares. हम वो सबसे पहले तो we need to think, वो अपना खुद का mindset करना है कि लोग क्या कहेंगे. Nobody matters and nobody cares. वो 2 दिन पूछेंगे and then it's all gone.
Oh, as you say, सबसे बुरा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग?
Exactly. So I
History
think,
lottery.
हाँ, exactly.
You have
As
put it
sir
up
said.
very well.
तो वो तो है ही कि लोग तो कुछ कहेंगे ही कहेंगे, हमेशा ही कहेंगे, आज नहीं तो कल कहेंगे। पर
Well,
किसको क्या फर्क पड़ता है कि मैंने क्या। एंड आई एम अगेन एन एग्जांपल फॉर दिस। आई विल जस्ट टेल यू माय स्टोरी। अगेन आई हैड 11 12 साइंस मैथ्स। I went for an engineering college. I got an engineering college screening के अंदर I got a government engineering college. I don't know what just happened. When we were inside, I said my father, no, I don't want to do engineering. My father was shocked, but I don't know how he supported me. He said, okay, don't go for engineering. We came out. My mother was like, she panicked कि ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, इसने engineering के लिए मना कर दिया। अजमेर में थे, अभी पता नहीं क्या करना है, engineering के लिए मना कर दिया। Then अजमेर में सोफिया कॉलेज के अंदर we went and I opted for economics honors maths because I suddenly realized कि no, I have that fear of physics and I just realized कि बांगा सर ने तो physics में FSCBSC किया। I had that fear of physics and I said कि no, I don't want to discontinue with engineering. बहुत सालों तक मुझे बहुत लोग ये कहते रहे कि इसने इंजीनियरिंग छोड़ दिया, बट ओके, दैट वाज कंप्लीटली फाइन। देन आई डिड इकोनॉमिक्स ऑनर्स मैथ्स फ्रॉम सोफिया कॉलेज। देन आई वेंट फॉर एमसीए. So I had variety of streams: science, maths, economics honors, then MCA, then MTech. So I also never knew कि मुझे क्या करना है, but ठीक है, एक certain point पे तो ऐसा नहीं कि काम नहीं चलता, सबका काम चल ही जाता है।
कुल मिला के from your story, I understand everything's okay. You'll
Yes,
finally settle
exactly.
down and you have to know your interest area.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
And
I
it's
think
okay to be late, not an issue.
exactly.
Okay. But see, down the line, you must have regretted something. You must have made some mistakes, and you must would like to the students to avoid such mistakes if they can be sensitized early. So,
Mhm.
any mistakes which you made and you think the students nowadays should avoid? What would you
One
say?
thing I want to say is always stay focused. okay, never lose your focus, because when we are in a tender age, there are multiple things which they just indulge you in something or the other. And nowadays the biggest distraction and the biggest thing is the mobile phones. So it is students, they are very much diverted to other things. अभी आजकल मैं आपको बताऊं क्या बच्चे बनना चाहते हैं, they are very much into TikTok, they are very much into reels, और वो सब देख के बनना चाहते हैं कि I want to become famous, I want to become an Indian idol, I want to become a super dancer. Nobody is talking about data scientist at this age. Nobody is talking about I really want to become a businessman. Why not to come up with something कि टीवी पे ऐसा शो लेके आए जहाँ पे बताएं कि बच्चे बिजनेसमैन कैसे बन सकते हैं, या बिजनेस स्टूडेंट्स how can they become technical leaders or something. Okay, so at least try to find out where your interest is at a very tender age. एक early age में हमेशा जब start करते हैं तो हमेशा अच्छा होता है. Plus always be focused. So suppose you think okay now I want to be in this field, so at least be good in that field. There are certain subjects which are, there is a fear of mathematics nowadays in this particular age group which I'm seeing. But mathematics is something which cannot be feared of. ये अगर maths आपका subject अच्छा है, so just try to overcome it, try to overcome the fear, and with maths it can, you can go way ahead out of things. Again, if you're a painter, do not worry, you do good in painting, become a digital artist or something. So just try to explore your fields. So again, what I think was, अगर एक journey से मेरा negative point निकाले, I was never focused. मतलब I quit engineering, then I went for economics honors, then I went for MCA. But पता नहीं, शायद अगर मैं और early age में I would have decided, so I would have done much better.
So such career talk, should have been there at your
Exactly.
times. Well, at Amity, as you said, at Amity we have this kind of mechanism. Like we have communication skills classes, we have behavioral science classes, we have a dedicated innovation incubator and entrepreneurship cell. So we give them all the options. Even if somebody wants to be a businessman, if he has a good idea, we fund him. We fund him or her, his or her idea, and we help him to bring that idea to the marketplace. Even it can be an IPR issue, it can be patents. So we do all of these things. I would direct this question to Vaibhav also. Your take on what mistakes can a student avoid?
Yeah, actually, it is a very good question, because sometime like in our career, we got the opportunities, like, but बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि we say like चलो अभी जो मिल रहा है वो ले लेते हैं. Actually, we should not wait for like what we want. That is the problem. We should always pick the right opportunity and the right direction. Basically, with the particular student's interest, do not miss opportunities. And it should not be like चलो अभी ये मिल रहा है ये ले लेते हैं. Let us say you want to go in IT and you are getting admission into BTech or any course for any other subject. So you should not opt for that particular subject. You should wait. You should be focused like what you want. Like you should not change your subjects, right? So that mistake usually we in our society actually sometimes, let us say if we'll talk about Dhoni also. So he was TT at some point of time. So what actually his family told, abhi ye mil raha hai, le lo. So sometimes actually everyone will do these type of mistakes. जो मिल रहा है वो ले लो, उसके चक्कर में ना वो अपना पैशन भूल जाते हैं, and they also face problems in the future. धोनी तो निकल गया, but everyone cannot move like Dhoni ना. So that is the problem. We should pick the right opportunity with our interest. We should leave the opportunities, even if let us say there is an opportunity that may be very good for your friend, but may not good for you. You should think about yourself, right? Should not go like if my friend is doing BTech, then I should also have done BTech. But that is the point. We should pick the right opportunities. This should be avoided by the student if they want to get success.
Very rightly and aptly put. Here, I would like to ask, although I understand, but for the students, when is the right age to choose his or her career course?
It's never too late. It's right now. My answer is right now. Right. Wherever you are, if you are liking whatever you are doing, then it is very good. Just go with it. And if you do not like whatever you are doing, then left it out. Right now, left it out, and you will find the better things in your life. I have seen in my office, there were some guys who were not performing good, who have been fired from the company. And then later on, they did the IIMs. They have cracked the IIMs, done the MBAs, and now they are doing a very, very precious jobs because that was their interest. So that happens. So my point, like, before anyone will say you should quit the thing which you do not like.
I second on to this. I mean, my answer would have been also saying that today is the day. Okay. You just think, just give yourself 10 minutes, think that wherever you are, is that position right for you? If the answer comes yes, go ahead. If you think the answer is coming no, just leave it right now and do something.
At a personal level, I know two persons who did this. One is you and the other is me.
Exactly. So I think we should always listen to what heart says and see. This is something, you know, it is easy to say, but it is easy to adapt. It is difficult to adapt. लोग बहुत चीजें बोलते हैं और जो लोग सुनते हैं उन्हें लगता है कि अरे इट्स इजी फॉर देम टू से नो, क्योंकि अभी ये तो कोई भी कह देता है व्हेनेवर वी आर इनटू मोटिवेशनल स्पीकिंग और समथिंग, तो वहां पे एक माइंडसेट ये भी चलता है कि इनके लिए कहना आसान है, बट इट इज नॉट इजी फॉर इट हैज बीन डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी आल्सो, it would have been difficult for you also, but now we can say this because we are onto some position where we have achieved something for ourselves, but इसके पीछे बहुत हार्ड वर्क है. ऐसे नहीं कि in one day you are just sitting there and we are having this talk. Okay, we all have done lots and lots of hard work to come to this position. So I think yes, you just think about कि क्या करना है लाइफ में, give yourself time और खुद से हमेशा बात करनी चाहिए. You should be very honest towards yourself. This is one thing I must say, because we are always surrounded with people and they're always saying something or the other thing. Okay, तो it's very easy to get influenced by others कि अच्छा ये इस फील्ड में बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है तो मैं भी अच्छा कर सकता हूँ. No, it's जैसे Weber also said कि it is always कि be honest towards yourself, just see what you're good at and then you go ahead with that.
Correct. Like the students are might have some questions. I would like to point out here. You can anytime post your questions on the Q&A. And I would summarize them at the end of the session, almost 10 to 15 minutes. We will have a question answer round. You can put your questions in the Q&A section. Next, the students would like to know, I'm sure the students would like to know, what are those areas which has high demand? Which are the upcoming areas in the field of IT where they can make a career? Because nowadays just being an engineer or a software developer isn't the way out. Students are looking for a wholesome kind of job where they have work-life balance, a good handsome package, as well as a healthy lifestyle. So what are the kind of career choices, Weber, if I may ask you, what are the kind of career choices the students have?
Yeah, actually, there is no absolute answer of this question, but actually it depends on the personal. Like some people run for money, some people run for their career, their learning, their knowledge. So it's actually everyone's different point of view. But in my point of view, I think we should invest our first few years to learn the domain wherever we are, because in every domain there are a lot of domains like telecom domain is there, machine learning is there, artificial intelligence, data science, cloud, DevOps, web design, etc. There are a list of domains which are actually growing very good, and
Yes.
they will grow in future as well. But actually, wherever you are, you should be the expert of that particular field, right? You should be expert. You should be the master of the trade. You should not be jack of all the trade, but you should be the master of one. So that is the key. Another one means if you are expert, if you have very good knowledge. So like if वो dialogue है ना 3 Idiot का, success के पीछे मत भागो, excellence का पीछा करो. Success झक मार के आपके पीछे आएगी. So that holds true here. So make yourself expert in wherever you have the best interest. You have interest in telecom, you have interest in machine learning, wherever you have interest. So you can be excellence in your domain and you will be like very good in your career with this.
Shruti ma'am, your take on this?
True. See, first thing, if you're a computer engineer, then there is lots of burden onto our shoulders. Because in this particular field, technology is changing after every, certain years. I remember there were times when everyone was talking about Java. Java के नीचे कुछ बात ही नहीं करते थे.
Yes.
People were फिर Java, फिर advanced Java भी बहुत सारे चीजें आ गई और हर कोई बस Java के ही पीछे भाग रहा था. Then certain, कुछ तो पिछले साल से now everyone is talking about Python.
Yes.
They're talking about data science, plus apart from data science, cloud computing is also there. So, people from civil engineers, mechanical engineers, people from industries also, they, in fact, I know few of certain of my professional students who are there, they are from iOS background and now they want to they want to come into machine learning and they want to become data scientist. So just don't run onto anything blindly. This is the pressure. After every certain years, 5 or 10 years, the technology will change. But the thing is, first you keep upgrading yourself, keep updating yourself. And this thing happens in this particular industry, but you should be very perfect in what you are doing. And nothing, you have to be very patient also. Because एक हफ्ता कुछ जावा पढ़ी और बोले नहीं समझ में आया, नाउ लेट्स स्विच ऑन टू अनदर लैंग्वेज. तो लैंग्वेज तो रोज ही बदल रही है. आज पाइथन है, अभी गो आने लगी. So now people have started talking about Go. बहुत अभी
We are
young
using
है.
Golang.
हाँ, so see, he's using Go language. So Go is very young. Very few people know about Go. मगर Go आने वाला future है. तो अभी Python को लोग भूल जाएंगे. People will switch on to Go now. So अभी कुछ साल के बाद nobody will talk about Python. So it is not just about language we should know. You should learn about logical concept. If loop कैसे लगाना आता है ना, तो चाहे वो Java हो, C हो, Python हो, Go हो, anything you can work out there. So what is lacking is people do not know how to put a for loop. People do not know how to put a if loop. People do not know what are conditions, what are variables, what are constants. But they're just focusing on to language. हमें Python सीखना है और हमें कुछ और सीखना है. So they went wrong.
I think you're dot on the point. And Vaibhav, I think even technologies or languages like C are in demand. Is it not so?
Yeah.
Yes.
We are working on C, right? We have started working on Golang because Golang is very new. So some of the projects are going in Golang, but the major of our 80% of projects in our company are going in C++ and C. So C++ will always be there because C++ and C, those are the language which are very close to hardware. So wherever you need the performance, wherever you need the high performance from the hardwares, you are either working on these languages in C, C++, or sometimes you are working in assembly as well. So where in like nowadays there are many application level languages like we are talking about the Python or other language Golang. Even this C is still very fast and you will get best performance out of the box. So that's why in many sectors C and C++ are used.
Agreed. And some of the libraries of Python, they are built using C and C++, like NumPy and everything. So, people are just, they want to learn new languages, but the demand still the demand is there who have good, insight on C and C++ or something. Fortran also, some of the industries, they're using Fortran. So we should always focus on understanding the concept, then on understanding the language or something like that.
What I understand from you is that the students should rather focus on logic and aptitude. And that is the reason the companies which come for hiring, they have this logical and ability test and the aptitude test, because language can be anything.
A very interesting thing, Amit, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We are taking interviews from last 1 year. And we need like few peoples, like around 100 of peoples in our company. So we are hiring and we are taking interviews, and even we do not found even 10% of guys are good in even C, C++. Those are the basic language, actually very much used in the academics as well, but we do not found good people. Means 1 out of 10 is a good. we found good in these languages. So even you are working data structures and C, C++, it will really help you in growing in your career because you are doing anything logical, right?
Great.
Yeah,
I'll
this
try
is
to,
yes. This is
I'll
what I
try
just
to,
wanted to add. That focus on DSA, that is data structures, focus on computer architectures, focus on OOPS, focus on operating systems. These subjects, these become, they make your base and they're very, very important. So don't focus that you have to choose which career option. It is ultimately when, you sit into college placements, any of the company they take you. Suppose if there is Infosys, तो आप ये नहीं कहोगे क्योंकि no, I don't want to come up with Infosys or I don't want to join Infosys क्योंकि मैं सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर नहीं बनना चाहता, मैं तो क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग में जाना चाहता हूँ. उस वक्त we take the option of Infosys, right? So it's better you focus on to your core concepts. If you're good at that, any company will hire you anytime.
if I put it like that, the icing on the cake is always good, but do not lose the base. The base is important. Great. Now, one inevitable question, which COVID has brought to all of us. And this is a pandemic situation everywhere. And most of these things, the study even is happening online. I mean, we are also taking classes online. Amity had really switched very well and very fast. And the classes are going on online, even the examinations are online. Do you view it as a setback? क्या ये एक problem है students के लिए, or do you think the students can make the best out of it? Is it an adversity, really? Your take on it, Mr. Weber?
Yeah. So in my point of view, nowadays we are much ahead with the internet, right? Because due to the internet, we all are connected. If you will go around 15 to 20 years back, then there was even not messaging. Mobiles were not there, right? But nowadays, everything is there. Like you have WhatsApp, you have Facebook, everything, and you are always connected to the world. And even sometimes we see even everything is open. There is no lockdown. Schools are open, but still we see people are very much busy in their mobiles, right? So you are connected. You are always connected. You are not broken. And for students, I'll say yes, of course, they are actually missing the very important phase of their college life. But still, I would say see it from the positive side. Now you have ample of time with you. Every student have ample of time with you. You should explore the new areas, new domains. You should read about new areas. You should go through the many videos uploaded on many different platforms like YouTube and other platforms, right? You should read it. Once you'll read it, you will get to know about the new domains. Your interest may get developed there, right? And you can go to in a better direction. You can go reach to better opportunities through that, right? So take it in a positive way and go ahead, whatever they are, right?
Shruti ma'am, your take?
Yes, I think, see, this is, if we talk about adversity, बहुत सारे problems हैं. We cannot deny that, because a technical degree like BTech, उसको online लेना is a bit difficult, but believe me, teachers are working really, really hard. Okay, you cannot deny their efforts which they are putting in. Having like virtual libraries, taking so hard, and it's not easy. It's for teachers. हम बहुत students की बात करते कि it's difficult for them, but you see the point of view of teachers also. They have shifted. पूरा एक backward teaching से teachers have shifted into PPTs, into videos. They're making things, and it is very difficult for them. And if they can do it, why cannot students do it? हम पूरा रात जग के 8 घंटे वेब सीरीज खत्म कर सकते हैं, पर 2 घंटे खुद को डेली नहीं दे सकते एक लर्निंग के लिए. विकृत की हमारी आंखें खराब हो जाएगी क्योंकि हम 4 घंटे लैपटॉप के सामने बैठेंगे, पर हम रात को लाइट बंद करके ईयरफोन्स लगा के मोबाइल की लाइट में पूरा वेब सीरीज कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं. We do not crib out it. First of all, stop cribbing. You need to adjust. If we are not we are living things, we are not non-living things, and living things always keep on adapt. If you do not adapt, you will be out of the race. Fine. So try to adapt things. These are something nobody expected that COVID times will come, and we do not know आगे और भी पता नहीं क्या क्या आएगा. अभी जो ये चीज हो सकती है तो anything can happen, right? So instead of cribbing some few things कि अभी हम कैसे पढ़ाई करें, in fact these are the comfort things. पहले तो कॉलेज जाना ही पड़ता था, पीजीज में रहने पड़ता था. Now everybody's sitting in the comfort zone. They are having home cooked food. They're sitting into their beds. They're sitting in ACs. They have good laptops. सब कुछ अपने आराम से comfort zone में सिर्फ देख के पढ़ना ही तो है. What is the problem right there? So मतलब इसको प्रॉब्लम लेने की बजाय यू थिंक इट अ पॉजिटिव वे आउट ऑफ इट एंड आई थिंक लॉट्स ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज आते हैं. बहुत ज्यादा टाइम बच रहा है, आने जाने का कोई टाइम नहीं है. हाँ बिल्कुल, जैसे वैभव ने कहा कि obviously they are missing, but everyone is missing. No, it is not just kids who are missing. Teachers are also missing. We also miss that professional environment out there. Professionals from industry, we are also missing that tea gossips out there. So everyone, as being humans, being social is very important for us. But these are times and they will definitely pass on. But for now, just take it as an opportunity. Try to learn as much as you can. Online platforms are there. Go for good universities like MIT is coming up with new courses. IITs, believe me, every IIT, I can just talk about my domain, every IIT, every IIM, they are coming with these short certification courses. They're coming with MTech, which is online. Boston University उन्होंने कोर्स ऑनलाइन कर दिया. कितना अच्छा टाइम है यहाँ पे बैठ के अगर मैं एक बाहर की यूनिवर्सिटी का कोई सर्टिफिकेशन ले. ये चीज पहले लोगों ने नहीं सोची थी. But now these are the times. So I think this is a wonderful time. जो भी चीजें हैं वो तो रहेगी. You cannot help what COVID is doing there. But take it as an opportunity. Go with good certification course. अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी से कोर्स ऑप्ट करो और घर पे बैठे कोर्स करना है और क्या चाहिए.
Very true. Even in Amity, see, I found two useful things. One, saving a lot of time. A lot of time is saved. And secondly, at Amity, we are organizing so many conferences and so many webinars, eminent lecture series, where we can rope in those eminent personalities who we could otherwise not reach. But thanks to this digital things that we can, get their time, they can spare just 1 or 2 hours and they can benefit the students. So otherwise, this was not possible, bringing someone from say California to here and then going back. But now it's just a matter of 5 minutes. We can join in and we can share.
And I remember पहले क्या होता था कि if you go to attend some conference or something, people is somebody is coming from out of India, तो पहले उसको इतना बड़ा airfare दो, फिर उसको बुलाओ, फिर then you have to wait for him or her कि उसका कब time मिलेगा और कब ये session रख पाओगे. But now things have changed totally. सिर्फ एक on call आपको करना है, सिर्फ एक video call करना है, and the person is there connected. So these are, I think, ये चीज के बारे में पहले कभी किसी ने नहीं सोचा था. पहले लगता था कि अगर वीडियो कॉल कर रहे हैं तो इट्स बहुत ही एक्सट्रीम सिचुएशन में होगा चीज. But now this is very common.
Very true. Vaibhav, you are from the telecom field. You have an expertise on telecom. You have been working there for more than 12 years now. From your particular domain, since you are an expert of telecom, I would like the students to benefit. If somebody wants to come to your area, in your domain, and become an expert of telecom, what should he do? What should he plan? What should he focus on?
So in my domain, I'm in completely telecom domain. Right now, we are working on the 5G technologies, right? We are developing 5G technologies for both the air interface and the background softwares. So in our, mainly if someone wants to join telecom, so the basic requirement is the C++ language, the data structure. If someone knowing only these two things very well way, so they can come in our industry, because that is the basic thing required. And additionally, if someone know about some networking and someone knows about the air interface and how the data travels on the air interface, right? So because in mobile, we are talking on phone mobile from here, and the person sitting on the 1,000 kilometers away from us can also listen clearly, whatever we are saying, even the tone itself replicated. So that is the thing, like how the data is traveling on the network. So that is very interesting to know. So these type of things are there, right? And another thing is like the operating system knowledge, the basic, how the telecom protocol works. I think you can, student can opt the additional or optional courses in their syllabus for networking and telecom communication, right? And right in 5G also, we are going towards the high reliable and the means like ultra low latency communication, where actually even we can see like later on doctor is sitting in America and they are doing the patient is getting operated in India. So that is also possible because we are moving towards a very high data rate. So basic requirement is like you should have basic networking, you should have understanding of basic networking, how the two machines, machine to machine communication, you should know how they work. These are the things only with basic knowledge you can come
whatever
into
is being taught, I mean, whatever there is in the curriculum, what they can focus on if they want to come to telecom, because we don't teach them the advanced things that will be, of course, there in the industry.
So you might be having subjects related to wireless communication, right?
Yes, yes.
So that are the key. If someone is knowing very good way the communication, wireless communication, that will be easy. Transition will be easy from student to professional world for him or her, right? So these are the courses like networking. Someone can follow the CCNA certifications as well. Like there are a lot of certifications in networking, and right now there is a new trend going on, and we are also using like the virtualization. Everything is virtualized. Like in DevOps, we can see like if you can pop up as many as instances of any software based on the requirement. So the Kubernetes is a term, probably you might be aware or not. So from that actually we can do virtualization of anything. Like in 5G also we are using this Kubernetes only. So cloud is very important now. Right now we means telecom is also moving towards cloud, but cloud is the future. So if someone can opt any course of cloud related thing in your curriculum, so that will be really helpful for him or her.
Okay.
These are the
And Shruti ma'am, you are from machine learning, data science. You're an expert because you take lectures and training sessions for both industries and students. And I also personally, and I am into data science, and I know that yes, it is here to stay. If a student wants to, suppose he has made up his mind that he wants to be a data scientist, what should he focus on during his student?
First, it depends when you opted, like when you thought of being a data scientist. If you're still in your 12th standard, and when you think that you really want to come into this field, then you go for a certain college or university who's offering graduation in this field. That is, let's say BSc in data science or BTech in data science and so on. Because there are certain business administration courses also, like business analyst with data science and something like this. Okay, so first you go for those kind of courses. If suppose you have already completed your graduation and now you think that you want to come up into this field, you again go for a post graduation course, let's say MTech in data science or something like this. Fine. So having a good certification, a good course is very important, but along with this, skill is also important. These two things goes hand in hand. This is my perspective. A skill and knowledge is a practical hands-on knowledge is also important, plus a certification and a degree also matters. Then if being a data scientist means that you should be good in mathematics, you should be good in statistics, because again, just being a data scientist, copy pasting code doesn't help. Every algorithm has an elaborative mathematics behind it. So you cannot just skip that. I can write good codes, but I don't like doing mathematics of it. So make maths your friend. This I again say again and again to everyone, who come to me. If you're in 10th standard, if you're in 11th standard, no problem. If you're not, don't want to opt maths in 11th, 12th, no problem. But at least don't have that fear of maths, because you can never skip maths. You go into any field, maths. In fact, if you want to become a good painter, no, how a painter draws, there is a distance between two eyes, and you can be only a good painter if you can just draw that thing. Right? So these maths, physics, these are some things which are there for again long run. And then again, if you talk about data scientist and machine learning, as Vaibhav has said, that cloud computing. So cloud computing is again part of machine learning and data science also, because once you've created a model, you need to deploy it. And for deploying, you need to put it on cloud or something, right? You need to create your applications. So everything is just connected. Go for good courses, go for good certifications, and learn your skill and have practical knowledge also. Only theoretical knowledge will not take you much far. So do hands-on
Yeah.
things. Keep on practicing.
Yeah, looking at the trend, I would like to point out here, looking at the trend the industry is going and the kind of impetus data science is getting, just from this year on which we have started the MSc Data Science course at Amity. So this is what we are doing. And we have one question from the panel, if I can take it in between. Yeah, and the question is that she is, okay, Hinanshi Sharma, and she's asking that I am pursuing MSc Cybersecurity and I have some free time. I want to pursue some certificate courses. So what do you suggest in the field of cybersecurity and the advice which you give to her?
So in my point of view, she should go towards the cloud computing, right? She should do the certification over there because as of now, there is a high demand in that domain, right? Everyone like Google, Amazon, every Oracle, every big companies are moving towards cloud, and the cloud is the future, right? So if they'll do the certification in the cloud computing, in virtualization, then that will be really helpful for them, for Himanshi.
And again, since Himanshi is from cybersecurity, move on to cloud. And in cloud, the major thing is about security. Nobody wants that my password, let's say on Gmail, should be, breached. There is so many things. Don't think Facebook is leaking the data, or people are just taking the data from LinkedIn or somewhere or the other. So what do these apps want? They want that these apps should be highly secured. Fine. So this is again a very good future. If you are into cybersecurity, you have multiple options. Just try to have some advanced certification course where you can learn certain techniques that how your applications could be highly secured. Fine, because this is the need of the market.
Correct. Amity also offers cybersecurity. It has been offering from the last 2 years. So we have this course already running. And then we have freshly introduced this MSc Data Science. To Himanshi, I would also like to say there are a few certifications which are very popular. One is CISSP, and then CISM, and Certified Ethical Hacker, CEH. These are for few certificates which are very precious, and they should be there in your bouquet. At least they give you some brownie points when they are there in your CV. Now, I would like to see, Vaibhav, you are in the hiring process also. You hire students. What I could understand from you, you do not hire freshers. Do you hire freshers also?
We hire freshers basically from IITs and NITs.
Okay, fine.
But
So I
that is also very limited number.
So I had a different question to ask, but since you said you hire from IITs and NITs, I would ask you: can a dull student have a bright career?
Of course, there is no point like dull student means. Why do you say the dull student?
Okay.
If someone is weak in some domain, then he or she may be very good in other domain.
Great.
Right. Yeah. So means he or she may be dull in some particular area, but we cannot say he is dull. He can grow anytime. Like the focus and the hard work. If someone is not good in some other domain, choose the other field. Right. Some means if anyone is going with their interest, I'm sure they can never be dull. Like they will never be dull. So in my point of view, yes, they can move to like any area and wherever their interest is basically. So they can move. Even I remember one of my friends who were not good in academics, right, and not getting good percentages all, but right now they are sitting on very high positions, right? So it depends.
So when you come for campus hiring, what do you look at? What do you look at?
Sorry, pardon.
when you come for campus hiring
Yeah,
for
yeah.
freshers, what do you look at?
Yeah,
What are the
basically we look at the basic means, let us say we are hiring for our company, let us say, and we are taking some means, let us say, talking about C itself. So we will just ask the basic questions like what is the size of integer, what is the size of pointer, how the pointers work, how the strings work. So very basic questions we always ask, right? We are not asking very high level. We cannot ask someone a very big algorithm for 1 hour interview, right? So we have to ask very small questions in 1 hour or half an hour, whatever the time was. So that will give you the crux, like where the student is. Like we know ना, जब घर में चावल बनाते हैं तो कुकर में चावल पके हैं या नहीं पके, वो एक चावल का दाना टेस्ट करके कर सकते हैं. We should not test each and every rice, right? So वही फंडा होता है, हम बिल्कुल बेसिक्स पूछते हैं. अगर किसी के बेसिक्स बहुत अच्छे हैं तो वो एल्गोरिथम तो बना ही लेगा अपने आप. तो बेसिक्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट.
Very true. We have let me take another question now. We have a question from Ananta Kumari, and she says, are non-paid certificates valuable or not, or is it that only the paid certificates get value in any sector, in IT sector? So the question is basically, should we go for free certifications or should we go for paid certifications? I would like first Shruti ma'am.
See, it's not about certification. There are excellent YouTube tutorials. You know, there are people who run the series. उसमें तो कोई certification भी नहीं मिलता है. So again, the thing is, be knowledgeable, be skillful. Certifications are definitely necessary, but skill is very important. Knowing practical knowledge is very important. There are certain courses on Coursera और Udemy पे, पर free में बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं मिलती. To be very frank, अगर Coursera का आप course देखोगे और the course which is free, they just give you the basic information. But if you're just joining a course for learning something, go for YouTube. They have excellent tutorial series out there. People have posted 50-50. If I again talk about my particular domain, that is data science, people have 50 tutorial series just for data science, for machine learning, for deep learning, and so on. And believe me, they are excellent. You know, वो शायद paid course से भी इतना अच्छा नहीं सिखा सकता, but उस पे certification नहीं है. If you want to earn certificate, if you want to earn degree, वहाँ पे you need to pay high. That is why अभी अगर IIT की degree चाहिए, it's same like no, people go for brands. अगर आज मुझे टी-शर्ट पहनना है तो there are multiple options. Normal एक शॉप पे जाके आप 200 रुपए की भी टी-शर्ट ले सकते हो. If you go for brand, it is for 2000. If you want to flaunt, go wear that 2000 वो जिसमें एक बहुत बड़ा सा tag Puma लगा हुआ होता है. People like wearing that. So if you're coming up, you say that okay, I have a degree from IIT. People do flaunt with that. मगर same ऐसा नहीं है कि IIT की degree लेके you have great knowledge. People from other universities, they also have great knowledge. But it completely depends. of free में obviously छोटा एक limited चीजें ही मिलती है. But अगर आप सीखने के लिए जा रहे हैं तो बहुत सारे mediums हैं जहाँ पे you can learn and be skillful.
What I have felt is you're perfectly correct. But what I've felt is if students take up projects and do something hands-on, they'll automatically gain experience, they'll automatically gain what is important. So apart from certifications, also go for projects, live projects, and that is why we have this internships. So we in MSc cybersecurity or in data science, we have this 6 months of internship wherein you go live to a company and understand. I'm sure CKS also provides internships. We have a tie-up with you. And there are internships which provides knowledge as well as stipend money. So this is a very good opportunity. We should make good use of it. And looking at the importance of internships, we have provided a dedicated 6-month slot for internships. There is a question again from Veerpal Kaur. And the question is, I want to do PhD in computer science, but I am confused to select topic. Kindly suggest to me. I will take this question.
Yes, you are the best person to take this question.
First of all, you need to decide which area or which domain you want to do PhD in. computer science is a very, very broad subject. You must have some area. It can be wireless, it can be data science, it can be machine learning, it can be anything. So first decide the area, find gaps in that area. When you learn about that area, you will know about the gaps also. You will find out that research is going on in this direction, and a lot of research has been done, but then it is an evolving domain, and therefore there is a scope of more research there. So only when you go deep into what is PhD, you have to go deep into something and find out the gaps, address them, and come out with something novel. So to answer your question, I would say I will come into data structure. You have two kinds of things. One is breadth first search, and the other is a depth first search. So first, make a breadth first search. See all the domains in which you find your interest, and then when you find your interest, go for depth first search and go inside it how much you can, and then automatically get something. The key is to get a gap. The key is to get something where you can work on. And one more friendly advice: do not go for solving rocket science problems. Do not go for that. Have a achievable target, achievable goal. That is it. Okay.
I think well answered, because when you start with PhD, what is mind कि हम बहुत बड़ी problem को solve करके रहेंगे. ये एक बहुत thought process होता है जब PhD लेते हैं. तो मैं बहुत बड़ी domain को लेके and I will be the game changer and I will do it. Never do that. Try to find out small problems and try to solve small things.
And let me tell you, we are telling it from experience.
Yes.
So please do not go to solve rocket science problems. Right? Good questions. I am really happy with the kind of questions which are coming in, which is actually showing the kind of variety we have. How can I share again a question from Hinanshi Sharma. How can I share my knowledge with security? Recently, we heard about WhatsApp file a case against government. As a cybersecurity student, I have an interest to deal with.
Yeah, I think she what I get from this question is she want to say that on which platform she can put her point of view. Okay. Is that, Hinanshi, is that your question? You can quickly respond.
Is that your question? You want to share something related to cybersecurity and you want to know the platforms on which it can be done. Is it so?
Yes. Yeah. So there are certain platforms like Medium, okay, and there are others also where you can come up, and if your article is good, that will be published. So try to write a good article having statistics, okay, not just a hypothetical thing. Try to publish your papers into good journals and so on. And there you can put your point of view, having statistics. It should have real data, something on which your hypothesis can be proved.
And also you can join, there are multiple forums online, right? You can join multiple forums. People are putting their questions. You can read their questions. You can answer other people's questions. So people globally will know you, like your name. It's a Stack Overflow. There is a forum, Stack Overflow. Many people join that forum. So many people are putting their questions and their solutions also. So you will get a lot of knowledge about that. You can join particular cybersecurity area of forums.
Even I wanted to make this point. A lot of recruiters these days, they are skimming through your LinkedIn profile, through what you put on GitHub, how active you are there, so which threads you're following and what you're answering. So this is very important. You have to be active in such forums like GitHub. You can post your code, and they are really looking up to it.
Plus, there is one big thing into this. You should be very particular on what you're posting on Quora or GitHub or LinkedIn, because it may contradict also. If you just come up with something what you feel like, you should never be emotional onto such platforms. That is why I just said, whenever you're posting something, come with a hypothesis. Okay, come with some statistics and then you post it, because maybe it could happen that it can just backfire you.
Very, very rightly said. And the same has to be maintained on social sites as well. There are a lot of algorithms who can really find out what kind of people or person you are.
Yes.
I'm into machine learning. I can say sentiment analysis and so many things are there. one question from, we are running out of time. I think we are on time. We'll take this question. Udhesh Singh asks, what do companies look for in a resume? A very, very important question. Maybe most of them would have this question. So I would like both to address, what do companies look for in a resume? The resume, is it something, Shadi ka card? It has to be very, uh, very interesting. Because what I know is a recruiter sees your resume and decides in maybe 5 to 6 seconds. That is what makes a difference. So now it becomes very important that the resume has to convince the recruiter in say 5 to 6 seconds. So very pertinent question. Thank you for asking. Weber, I would like to ask you first, what do companies look for in a resume?
Yeah, actually, for a fresher, a resume doesn't matter very much, right? Because for a fresher, we will be always looking for the means basic things like basics, like whether they have mentioned the C language, they have done means certificate. If they have done some certifications, they can mention. But academic degrees, we have almost similar courses everywhere, right? So if they have opted for any special courses, let us say someone opted for the telecom courses, someone opted for the networking, and they feel that they are very good in networking, they can answer the questions. So that's what they can mention in your resume, that I have done that certification in networking and all. But moreover, if like specialization, whatever specialization you did, you can mention. But I don't think there is any need of preparing very big resumes and mentioning all these things, right? So if you have done some project, some sort of internship you did, that you can mention. And other thing is the workshops, like some people do many workshops as well, so that can be mentioned. But you cannot mention anything very from academics, right? You can mention whatever you have done additionally, whatever you have opted, or and in which area you are very perfect, that you can mention.
Shruti ma'am?
Yes, I'll tell you, I read it somewhere that with the 10 years of experience, one page should be increased in your resume. Let's say if I have a 10 years of experience, I should have one page resume. If you have 20 years or let's say more than 10 years of experience, then it could be of 2 page. I've seen some of the resumes who are like 4 page resumes and something. So, and people,
Portfolios.
yes, they just write, okay, I was in this company or I did internship and these were my roles in internship. No need to do that. Okay, be very crisp, be very to the point in your resume, and again be very honest in your resume. Just write things which you really know. If you're writing, I know MySQL. If a query is being asked on MySQL, you should be ready to answer it. You cannot say कि नहीं मैंने तो लिख दिया था और मैंने ये 4 ही query पढ़ी थी. You cannot say that. If you're writing something in your resume, it means it is observed कि you know about this thing. Okay, if I'm writing my languages which I know are C, C++, Python, then if the interview can ask a question about C, C++, then you cannot say कि नहीं वो तो मैंने first year के first sem में C पढ़ी थी. So again, be honest. Nahi aata to don't write it. But whatever you're writing, write it. And again, Vaibhav has concluded it. If you have done additional certifications, and again, if you know about it, एक certification मैंने Coursera से किया, जिसमें सिर्फ मैंने 4-5 2 घंटा दिया था और सिर्फ बेसिक सीखा था, उसका नाम वहाँ पे ऐड करने से it doesn't help much. सिर्फ वो कोर्स डालो which are really relevant और जिससे हमने कुछ सीखा है. So that you can answer. Write the project on which you're very confident, because these kind of questions come up. Okay, you say that I have done one IoT project. The interviewer might say, okay, now you just describe your project. And kya hota hai, I'll tell you, when you're at a very fresher level, the projects are at group level. So suppose 3 people have done the project, only one student do. Okay, the other 2, they're just the spectators. And then they write, I've done this project. And then, okay, you tell me what you have done. Believe me, I've seen such resumes and they say कि मैंने तो क्या किया था, मैंने सिर्फ इसकी report बनाई थी. Okay, the other one he has done it. So just avoid these things. Or better, अगर आपने report भी बनाई थी, have the knowledge about that thing.
The advantage which you have, Shruti ma'am, coming from academics and both from industry, you know the things in out.
I know. That is, yes, I know that thing. So it really happens because I've seen such cases.
Yeah, correct. If I may answer this, Uddesh, in one line, I would say if you have value in yourself, you will have value in your resume as well. So try to increase your value, because a resume is just a reflection of what you are, right? And there is no harm in honestly saying that, sir, I do not know this, or I have not worked. But if you have value in you, it will be transmitted to the interview. Now we are running late. We have few questions, but to summarize them, all of them have been answered by the previous questions. So I would not take them. And I would really wind up here because we're running late. I thank all the audience, all the participants who have asked questions. And I'm sure your asking questions means that you have been thoroughly listening and thoroughly enjoying the session. Not to mention thanks to the two special experts who have, poured their heart out. दिल से उन्होंने सब कुछ अपने बारे में और आपके स्टूडेंट्स के लिए बताया. I'm really thankful to them. I cannot never thank you enough. We will surely meet again, have such wonderful sessions, and maybe on some different topic. And I really thank Amity University for this wonderful opportunity. That's all from my side. Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you, Shruti.
Thank you to Amit, you as well, and the Amity University as well, to provide us the opportunity. If we can help even a single student, so that will be very good for us, right? So thank you so much.